Hello and welcome to the 126th episode of the Sock Bunny Knit and Fit video podcast. My name is Kimberly, also known as Sock Bunny, and you are meeting our new bunny, Dasher. We adopted Dasher 2 weeks ago today. We got him on Palm Sunday. He's a 2-year-old American rabbit, and obviously he loves lettuce. And he's been misbehaving a little bit today, so he's going to get some lettuce right now. But if he continues to misbehave, he is going back in the cage for a little bit. He has decided he wants to try to eat the carpet, which of course I know rabbits are famous for. So we're trying to break that habit with some positive reinforcement, giving him other things to chew on instead of the carpet. I don't give him lettuce as a reward for chewing on the carpet. I usually try to give him some other toy or a stick or something like that. So let's see if we can get closer. Hi, Dasher. Isn't he pretty? Hi, Dasher. Yes, this is a knitting podcast. But if you know me at all, you know that I love bunnies, and this is my first actual bunny who's not stuffed. And for those of you who've watched for a long time, don't worry, my stuffed bunny John John is very happy with Dasher. He's happy to have a nap mate. If you follow me on Instagram, you can see pictures of Dasher, or on Facebook. Is that a good piece of lettuce? Is that a good piece of lettuce? There you go. Hopefully you will behave yourself now. Like I said, I may have to hop up unexpectedly and grab him. Hopefully he will not misbehave too much. Okay, there he goes. All right, so hello to the other bunny, Sock Bunny. Here I am. Let's get this camera situated. Okay, how was that? Was that good? Oh, what a good boy. Okay, you behave yourself. Okay, let me bring up the show notes here. Hello. Long time no see, right? All right, if you are a first-time viewer, I promise not all my videos start off that way. And if you are a long-time viewer, you will know that I love bunnies. So you're probably not very surprised that I actually adopted a bunny. And we'll talk about all the personal stuff that's going on at the end of the podcast. Let's get right into business. Hi, my name is Kimberly, also known as Sock Bunny. I am recording in sunny Florida in the United States of America. And today is Sunday, April 27th, 2014. This is episode 126, which is entitled Meet Dasher the Bunny, which you just did. I am Sock Bunny pretty much everywhere, such as Ravelry, Plurk, Instagram, Google+, Twitter, and YouTube. The blog is at sockbunnyknitandfit.blogspot.com. I have a few prize winners to draw today, so let's do one right now. The first one is for some fiber that Jen Daisy Knits donated, and we had a drawing. And I said I would draw on my first episode in April, and believe it or not, this is the first episode in April. So she donated this beautiful fiber, and it is 60% superwash merino, 30% bamboo, 10% nylon, and oh my gosh, it's crazy soft. And she's at daizyKnits.etsy.com, DAIZIE knits.etsy.com. And I drew the winner right before we started. And the winner was, there were 47 entries, and the winner was P Panther 88, who is Becky from Wisconsin. Yay! So Becky, get a hold of me and give me your address, and I will mail this out to you. And thank you very much, Daisy Jen, for donating this to the podcast. It's very, very soft. I also drew the winner for the January to March sweater along. And no, my sweater's not done, but I still drew a winner anyway. And actually, I drew two winners because I had said I would give away two prizes. So there were 66 completed sweaters. That is amazing. And my sweater queue grew for sweaters that I want to make. And definitely some of them, well, really all of them are awe-inspiring. And so, two winners. The first winner is number, hold on, he's misbehaving. I have to go get him. Sorry. Hey, no, no. Come on, let's get back in the cage. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Over here, over here, over here, over here. Good boy. You stay in there. Sorry about that. Did you see my yoga pants? Okay, he's really good. He really, really is a good bunny. I promise. He just, for some reason today, is deciding he wants to eat the carpet. It's the third time I've let him out, the third time he's done it. So, anyway. Oh, so the first winner was number 65, Sally from Idaho, and the second winner is number 3, Stacy Knits. Sally from Idaho is obviously Sally from Idaho. She knit 8 sweaters in 3 months. 8 sweaters in 3 months. I haven't knit 8 sweaters in the entire time I've been knitting, so that blows my mind. So Sally, you definitely deserve to win. You get any pattern up to $7 on Ravelry, so let me know which one you want. And Stacy Knits, number 3. She's Stacy from Tennessee, and her sweater turned out beautiful. So message me, Stacy, also, and let me know which pattern you want up to $7. So congratulations to Stacy and Sally. If you have been watching for a long time, you might remember last year, the week after Easter, my older daughter and her classmates were singing on TV, and that's again today. Today is Divine Mercy Sunday, which is the Sunday after Easter, and she and her classmates are singing at the Divine Mercy Shrine in Stockbridge, Massachusetts today. It will air on EWTN, which is the Catholic cable network. The show starts at 12, and I believe Mass starts at 1, and then after Mass they do the Divine Mercy Chaplet. So that's what I'll be watching after I finish recording this. And of course, I'll be the proudest mommy in the whole world, and I'll be taking pictures of the TV screen. I will talk about more about that coming up later. And like I said, the rest of the personal stuff will be at the end of the podcast. So, what are we going to talk about today? We are going to talk about finished objects, works in progress, fitness, tips and tricks, what I'm watching, reading, and favorite things. So, let's hop right into it. Finished objects. I did finish my March Personal Mystery Sock Club, and it was Sock Bunny Studios, Greyhounds on the Beach. And let me find them. I have everything in a bin right here. Okay, where are they? I think I brought them over. Oh, there they are. This is my own colorway, Greyhounds on the Beach. I did finish both socks. So these are my March socks. And I love how it is striping, pooling, flashing, whatever you want to call that. Yay, socks. I am saving some of the pairs of socks that I am doing to be Advent gifts to myself this year for Advent. If you remember last Advent, I had the little tiny socks, and every day I got to pick a sock and have a prize. So some of my prizes this year for Advent, not prizes, but gifts to myself, will be socks that I've knit throughout the year. So this is my second pair that I have to give to myself. And I'm pretty sure I had shown I think these are my February socks. These are also going to be Advent gifts to myself. This is Miss Babs yarn. So I have 2 pairs of socks to give to myself. Not all the socks I knit this year for myself will be Advent gifts, but some of them will. So yay, love socks. So those are my socks for March, and I'll show you my socks for April shortly. And these, I always do pretty much the same recipe when I do socks. You'll notice that these socks look pretty much identical, except the yarn is different. I cast on 64, I do 10 rows of 2x2 ribbing, and then 50 more rows of stockinette for a total of 60 rows for the leg. And then I do a heel flap on 32 of the stitches, half the stitches. And then once I finish the heel flap, from the heel turn to where I start the toe is 80 rows, and then I do the toe. So I always follow the same recipe for my vanilla socks. That way I don't have to think about it. I don't have to have notes. I can just go. So you can see they are pretty much identical. And I've knit so many pairs of socks, I just know that's what's going to fit me. So that's how I do it. Everybody has their own vanilla recipe, how they like to do it. This is my favorite. Brainless, knitting, relaxing. Don't have to think about it. That's the best kind. So um, that is it for that. Works in progress. For my April socks, I did not pull one of the brown bags. I have 12 of these brown bags. Well, I started the year with 12 of these brown bags full of sock yarn, and each month I open one. For April, I deviated from that plan because I got some awesome yarn. I had bought this very same yarn for my friend Dale for her birthday, and I had been wanting it myself ever since I had seen Kathy from the Knit Nerd podcast knit with this yarn. So I, believe it or not, have already finished one of the socks from this pair, although it's been a month since you've seen me, so I know you're not surprised. So I finished one sock already. This is Desert Vista Dye Works, who you know is my favorite dyer, and she has amazing colorways. This one is a self-striping one called Lemon Blueberry Cake. And I did my traditional, vanilla recipe, and it happened to work out perfectly with the stripes. I could not have planned it more perfectly with the stripes. Sometimes with a heel flap, you'll get a weird gap in the stripes at the top of the foot. And if that happens, that happens. I just love the fit of the heel flap so much that it's worth it to me. But this one turned out perfectly. I don't know if the second one will turn out perfectly, but I did start the second one in the exact same spot in the yarn sequence. So we'll have to see. But this sock was so much fun to knit that I did not want to put it down, and that's why it got done so quickly. In fact, I think I only started it like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. And it's been pretty much the only thing I've knit since I cast it on. Yes, it's the only thing I've knit since I cast it on because I just love, love, love this colorway. I'm not a fan of yellow, but I love this. It was so bright and cheery and so springy. So these socks, I don't know yet if they'll be saved for an Advent gift to myself or if I will just go ahead and wear them. I don't really have anything yellow to wear them with, but that doesn't really matter. I mean, I would still wear them even if I wore, all black and yellow and blue socks. That would be totally fine with me. So I have it in a ball because I was too lazy to get up and get the ball winder. Normally I wind it into a cake, but this time it's in a ball. That's all right. So I am extremely, extremely happy. I love her base. This is her Viso base. I love it, love it, love it. So she's on Artfire Desert Vista Dye Works. And she's got amazing colorways. And I have this in my bag from Rainstorm Studios, which I also still love. This is like the third pair of socks I've knit from this bag because I love it so much. So rainstormstudios.etsy.com. All right, so what is next? I was gonna go ahead and open the next thing. Now, theoretically, May 1st is Thursday. I should be starting these on Thursday. That could happen if I keep working on those socks. So as soon as I finish those socks, this is my May socks. So I wanted to go ahead and open them up. And the hashtag, if you're posting your socks on Instagram or on Twitter or whatever, the hashtag I'm using is Sock Bunny 2014 socks. That's what the hashtag is. So are you ready? So it's going to be crinkling. Oh, ooh. You ready? You ready? Eee. This is Post yarn. And this is some yarn that they sent to me. And I had given it away as a prize, and the person didn't claim their prize. So I claimed it back. And this is a self-striping. And the colorway is called Ambition. It's actually a Harry Potter theme for the Slytherin house, I believe. I'm not totally sure. I think that's what it is. So it's hard to tell here, but it's like a forest green and a silvery tannish color. So that will be next. Yay, more self-striping. All right, so that is what that is. This is their, now this is interesting because this yarn is 75% Coriadel wool. And I never have knit Coriadel wool knowingly. If I have, I don't know that I did. So how gorgeous that is. So that should be interesting. 75% superwash Coriadel wool, 25% nylon. And it's from Simply Sock Yarn Company is who makes this yarn. So yay, self-striping. Okay, and then let's talk about the sweater along. You guys finished your sweaters. I didn't finish mine, but that's okay. I don't get a prize. But we all win because we all have sweaters at the end, right? So if you're a first-time viewer, I'll show you what I'm doing, and this might refresh you guys' memory. I have this book, Knitting Simple Sweaters from Luxurious Yarns, and I decided just to use it as a general guideline because this is a luxurious yarn, and knit. See, it's like got these kinds of sweaters that sort of are boxy sweaters. And the one that inspired me is actually this one, which you could see is a very sort of sheer see-through yarn. If I get it closer, maybe you could see that. And just a nice sweater. I'm not going to do the neck the same way. The neck is just going to be a square neck. I'm not going to have the neck go up high like that. But you can see how gorgeous that is, and they basically just give you a recipe. All the sweaters in this book are pretty much the same recipe. So I use this as a guideline, and so you basically, could I say basically enough times? Basically, you knit a front and a back that are rectangles, and then you knit two, I think they're trapezoids, for the sleeves. So here is the front. And I got this yarn when I went to Webb's. Oops, that's upside down. When I went to Webb's in October, when I was up in New England in the fall. So that is the front, and the back is basically a rectangle. Still have my stitch markers where I counted the rows. That's basically a rectangle. And the yarn is Baby Alpaca DK from Plymouth Yarn Company. Let's see if I can get an accurate representation of the color. That's, well, no, not now. It's there. That's accurate right there. That's the color. So this yarn is ridiculously soft. And I just need to sit down and just finish this sweater. I don't know why I haven't. There's no reason not to. So I'm on the first sleeve, and I've gotten quite a bit done of it. You can see it starts out narrow. And basically you're increasing every fifth row, and it's knit back and forth flat. And then it will be seamed with the sweater, and this is what the sleeve will look like. So I have a little bit of a ways to go. I do have the measurements written down where I want to go. And I thought about making this sweater to wear to Sarah's graduation. Sarah graduates in Rhode Island at the end of May, but then I'm like, that's the end of May. No. I'm not going to wear an alpaca sweater at the end of May. No. So I will find something else to wear to the graduation. But anyway, so that is where this project is. Hopefully soon it will be done, but it's not a priority. It's whenever. And I have this in my Star Trek bag by Star Knits. She's starknits.etsy.com. Love. Okay, and last but not least, I can't remember where I was on this blanket the last time I showed it to you. I marked the squares that I haven't shown you, but I don't know if I remembered it to change out the little doohickeys, hickey-jiggies, whatever you want to call them, thingamabobs, stitch markers. I can't remember if I changed them out the last time I showed it to you, so I'm going to show it to you again where it is. I'm obviously working on a square right now. I'm using size 3. I believe these are size 3 double points. I find that works best for me. So let's see where I am. I think I've done a few squares since you saw it last. So here's a square. I think that's just some yarn left over that I had dyed. And then this is from the Miss Babs. And I need to go in and weave in the ends. I like to do it at the end of every row. That's the Miss Babs from the socks I showed you earlier. And more. There's some yellow. There's some peach. So I apologize if you've seen these squares already, but I couldn't remember. So I will remember to swap out the stitch markers this time. And I like to show, you know, when I have like 7 to 10 squares done, I'll show it to you guys. So it's getting a little bit bigger. Let's see if could just show you like generally how big it is. I'm on the 4th row out of a billion. Yay! I can't wait till this is finished and I can put it on my bed. Goes with everything. Yeah, pretty cool. There we go. Love it. This is a very fun project. Also very brainless. And I have lots of sock scraps to last me for quite a while. And if I keep on knitting a pair of socks a month, I definitely will have lots of scraps left over. So that is that. And is that it? Yes, that is it for all of the knitting. Let's move into fitness. Every month in the Sock Bunny Knit and Fit Ravelry group, we have a fitness along. And every day you work out at least 30 minutes, 30 consecutive minutes, or if you wear a pedometer and it measures at least 10,000 steps, you can log a daily entry into the correct thread in the Sock Bunny group. And I am going to give away a $10 giftable pattern on Ravelry to one winner a month. So I drew the March winner. There were 52 people who participated, 529 posts, and the winner was number 15, who was Nuts for Needles, who is Heidi from Canada. Yay, Heidi! So contact me, Heidi, and let me know which $10 pattern on Ravelry you want, or it could be multiple patterns up to $10. And I will get those out to you. So thank you guys for participating. Remember, you can win multiple times, so keep posting your workouts. And you guys definitely inspire me. Stash enhancement. I haven't bought any yarn except for the lemon blueberry cake. I don't think I've bought any other yarn. I haven't really needed to. I'll talk about at the end how busy I've been, that I haven't had as much knitting time, so there has been no reason to buy any yarn. That doesn't mean that I won't, but But for stash enhancement, I do have something that I love that I want to talk about. I got something called a Roku, and it's ROKU. Now, as you probably know, I have moved into an apartment, and which you obviously see behind me here, and I did not get cable TV. I don't really watch very much TV. I would say the only programs I watch on TV are Big Bang Theory, which I can watch online on CBS, and BBC America when Doctor Who is on. So that the Doctor Who might be an issue for me. I may have to go either to back to the house or to go visit my friend Dale to watch the Doctor Who episodes when they come, the new episodes when they come out. But other than that, I don't really watch anything on TV that I can't get on the internet. I don't watch sports, and I know sports is a big thing for a lot of people, and that's the reason they can't get rid of their cable TV. But I don't need cable, but I did get internet. And so my friend Dale, again, she loves her Roku. So I did buy a TV and I bought a Roku. At first, I wasn't even going to buy a TV because I was like, well, I'll just watch everything on my laptop. But sometimes I like to be doing stuff on the laptop, like, paying bills or whatever, but then also watch TV at the same time. So I figured, okay, I'll just go ahead and get a TV. So I got a TV and I got the Roku. I did get a Roku 3. Are uh, there are 4 Rokus. One is like a little stick that you just plug into your HDMI port, and then there are 3 different levels. I have semi-slow internet here, so I figured if I got the highest speed Roku, maybe I would not have issues with lag. And so far, I haven't had any issues except YouTube. Sometimes over the last few days has been lagging, but other than that, I haven't had any kind of lag watching stuff on the internet, so that's been nice. There's a lot of different streaming devices you can get. Apple TV, Amazon just came out with one. There's a Chromecast from Google. Um, I did research all of these. Actually, I got this like a week before before the Amazon one came out. So I think that wasn't a deciding factor for me. But so far, I'm extremely happy. It's very easy to use. There is an iTunes app for the Roku. I find it to be a little bit cumbersome, so I don't really watch a lot of podcasts and stuff from there. Most of the stuff I've been watching has been either on YouTube or on Amazon Prime. That's 90% of what I've been watching on the Roku. So I'm really happy with it. And if you have any questions about that, if you're thinking about getting one, let me know. So that is stash enhancement. Tips and tricks. Okay, this tip and trick doesn't really have any, well, okay, yes, it does sort of have to do with knitting. And this is something I've talked about before. If you've been watching for a long time, you'll remember I used to be terrified of knitting sweaters. And when I knit my first sweater, it actually took me over a year to knit it because I would get so intimidated by the next step that I would put it down for weeks or months at a time. And that is a fear. And fear, FEAR, stands for false evidence appearing real. And our fears cripple us. They are paralyzing to us. And I know it's not just me. I know this happens to everybody. And as you know, over the last, oh gosh, pretty much since January, my life has been in chaos. And there's been a lot of areas where I've had to tackle the unknown. And a lot of it has been fear. FEAR, false evidence appearing real. Pretty much everything that I have been scared to do and I had a fear of doing and I was paralyzed about doing it. Once I did it, was nowhere near what I thought it was going to be. Um, it could be from simple things to extreme things. One of the things, and this is sort of silly, when I moved into the apartment, I haven't lived in an apartment in 24 years. I have lived in a house with my own washer and dryer. And so I had to overcome a fear, it's silly, of going down and using the laundromat here. And that's so, why was I scared of that? I don't know. And the first couple of weeks that I was here, I actually took my laundry back to the house and washed it because that was in my comfort zone. And it could have just been a mental block of, just another thing that was changing or whatever. But, it was so dumb. And so after the first time I did laundry downstairs and I didn't die from it, I haven't had that fear anymore. So, it doesn't have to be rational to be a fear, obviously, but it's still a fear. So, my advice for getting past these types of things is be gentle with yourself, take baby steps. Um, what I should have done, well, actually, what I did do to help me get over the fear, I was afraid to even walk into the laundromat. Well, how dumb is that? Like somebody's gonna hide behind a washer and kill me? I don't know. I don't know why I was afraid of it. So I went into the laundromat and just looked around. And I know they were looking at me like, why are you just wandering through here? But I just, and I said hi. I made myself say hi to the people that were in there, and stuff like that. And that helped me get past the fear of the unknown. It's interesting how much times have changed in the last 24 years because now the laundromat down there doesn't take coins. You actually use a credit or debit card. And I have a little a credit card that I've been using down there, like a prepaid credit card. I'm not going to use my debit card down there. That's just crazy, unless it's an emergency. But, it's just so weird how uh, just that little thing scared me so much. But again, I think it was just the whole big situation of so many things changing. This was just one more thing that was changing. So, my advice is if you have something that you've been afraid of doing, even though it could be just the silliest thing, still, if you need to get over that fear, try to do it in baby steps. Acclimate yourself a little by little. Some people say just jump right in and do it, but sometimes you just need to take little tiny baby steps to do it. So I'm happy to report that all the things that I was afraid of in this move have all turned out to be okay and everything's been pleasant. So there's my tip and trick for getting past your fears. And I am not a doctor or a psychologist or a mental health professional. I am just a knitter. And this does apply to knitting. Some people are afraid of knitting socks. I've had viewers recently tell me they're afraid of knitting socks. And, I did the same thing with the sweater. I had to, do a little bit and then put it away, and then do a little bit and put it away. So, with knitting, yes, sometimes it can be expensive because of the yarn, but you can always um, rip the knitting out and start over again. So if you have been afraid of knitting something, I say give it a try and try giving yourself baby steps. That's my advice. Okay, what I am watching and reading. I've been watching a lot of, as I've mentioned before, I've been watching a lot of Let's Plays with The Sims 3. I play this game called The Sims 3, And I watch Landros. It's LLANDROS09. He's on YouTube. He plays The Sims 3. He's an amazing guy, and I love watching his videos. So I've been watching a lot of that. He has this one deserted island challenge with his Sims. It's called Midnight Sun, and I really like that challenge a lot. So I've been watching a lot of his videos because it's brainless. When I get off work, sometimes my brain is so dead that I can't even watch a knitting podcast because I might learn something. Or it might just be too much interaction and I just need something completely brainless. So I'll put on a YouTube video and watch it. Um, Speaking of that, I am way behind on podcasts, but my goal over the next few weeks is to try to catch up again because I really need to catch up on that. I did start watching Star Trek Enterprise again. And another thing I just started watching that I had never watched before, and I'm pleasantly surprised by it, is Battlestar Galactica. I think this version of it is the 2004 version. I could be wrong. It's Edward James Olmos, I think is his name, is like the main character in it, and it is really good. I'm surprised how good it is. You know, uh, I like sci-fi, but I'm like, whatever. It's Battlestar Galactica. I don't really know that many people that watch it or that talk about it or whatever, but I actually really like it. I'm on season 2. I highly recommend it. If you've been like, what's the big deal? Try it out because the writing is really good and the acting is great. And there are some good special effects, and there are definitely some plot twists and stuff like that that I didn't see coming. So, and what am I reading? I just started reading because one of my coworkers gave it to me. He used to raise rabbits. I'm going to read Rabbits for Dummies. And maybe I can learn how to get somebody to not want to eat the carpet. He's being so naughty today. I don't know why today he's decided to act up. I mean, he's attempted to bite the carpet a few times before, but as soon as I told him to stop, he stopped. But today he just is being feisty. So, favorite things. I have a couple of favorite things. The first is my co-workers left me as a secret gift on my desk. They left me some bunny socks, and I haven't worn them yet because I wanted to show you guys first. But they found out that my nickname is Sock Bunny, so they said it was the Easter Bunny who left these socks for me. So now that I've shown them, I can wear them on the podcast. And I believe she got them at Steinmart. So, yay! I might wear these to work tomorrow. And my daughter Rachel went to the Dali Museum. If you haven't ever heard of Salvador Dali, he's a famous Spanish painter. He's the one, if you've ever seen these paintings that have like melting clocks and different stuff like that, he's the one that does those. He has a museum in St. Petersburg, which is a phenomenal museum. And so she went to the Dali Museum recently for school, and she got me some pencils there that I collect pencils if you're a new viewer, and they have ants on them. So, because he has some paintings that have ants in them. So there you go. My other favorite thing. She threatened me that I had to show this as a favorite thing. So there you go, Rachel. Not that she watches. One other thing I want to talk about is some upcoming projects that are going to be on the needles. I meant to do this earlier. Mindy Basil from Min Knit Designs had donated this pattern to everybody who attended the Sock Bunny retreat in February. It is a Clearwater shawl, which I think is funny because now I live in Clearwater. Who knew? So I will be casting this on soon. And another thing I'm going to be casting on soon, probably both these will be cast on the minute I finish my sweater, is we were also gifted this book by Deborah Tomasello, Wrapped in Color, and there are 2 cowl patterns in here, and we're going to, as a group, do a year-long knit-along to knit either one of the 2 cowls patterns that are in here. So that will be another thing I'll be casting on soon. And let's see. Okay, that's going to be it for the knitting and all that kind of stuff. I do want to talk about what's been going on with me. So if you don't care about the personal stuff, feel free to leave. My feelings won't be hurt. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great week. Keep on crafting, the usual stuff. If you're going to stick with me, I just wanted to give you a brief update because I have been getting a lot of questions of what's going on. If you didn't watch the last episode of the podcast, my husband and I have separated, and I'm not putting it out on social media anywhere except here because you guys watch. So obviously it affects you because my scenery has changed. But other than that, I'm not really putting it out on social networking. Also because my family, not like Joe and the girls, but my family, um, they're not always the nicest people, and I don't want them bugging me about this. So let's just leave it at that. So, what is going on is obviously since the last time you saw me a month ago, I've moved into an apartment and it's in Clearwater. It is about 2 miles away from my new job. So I have a very short commute in the mornings, which is fabulous. And I totally am getting spoiled by that. And also, it's only a couple of miles away from the nearest Catholic church. So that makes me happy. And it's very close to a lot of really good shopping. There's a lot of restaurants and stuff very, very close to me. So it's actually a very convenient location. The apartment itself, definitely it's an older apartment, but it's nice, and I feel safe here. That's an important thing. And the people that work in the office and the maintenance people have all been super, super, super nice. They were really helpful with helping me get in here, especially because I had just started a job. I wasn't working before, and you have to do all that financial stuff now. You have to have your credit approved and all that kind of stuff. So all that went extremely smoothly, and I was very happy about that. The new job is going really well. I work for a doctor's office. I'm the administrative assistant to the CEO, and who happens to be the doctor's wife. And the doctor and the wife and his wife are both Catholics. We actually have a chapel downstairs in the doctor's office, and every morning we meet for prayer before we start work, which is really nice. And what else do I want to say? I haven't quite got everything moved in yet. I have the basic furniture pieces have all been moved in. I went to Rooms to Go Outlet and got a couch and a dining room table. I already had a spare bed from the house. What else did I get? I got a dresser there, that general kind of stuff. I still have some stuff. Most of the stuff that's still at the house that needs to be moved is my stuff from my knitting room. Of course, my knitting chair made it here, but most of my yarn hasn't made it over yet. That's not a priority though. I mean, I know I'll get it over eventually. Just as I go over there, I bring carloads back with me. And like my knitting bookshelf and stuff like that are all still over there. So, but it'll all get done eventually. The apartment, I'm really, like I said, I'm very happy with it and I'm comfortable here. So, um, what I was going to say about the television is I can stream EWTN, which is the Catholic station. I can actually stream it on Roku. It's actually one of the apps or channels or whatever you want to call it, the way they do it. So later today, when Sarah's on TV, I can actually stream it here through the internet, and I don't have to go where there's an actual television. That is definitely coming in handy. Um, I think I'm pretty much caught up on all my Ravelry messages. I got way behind at the around the same time when I was moving out of the house. I got some malware on my computer. I think it was from downloading some stuff for The Sims. So I ended up having to wipe my computer back to factory settings, and so that put me way behind on messages. But I think I'm caught up now, and I also think I'm caught up with everything I owe everybody. So if I owe you something and I haven't given it to you, let me know because I think I'm caught up, and hopefully I am. But if you have been expecting a package from me and you haven't got it or anything like that, contact me and let me know. I think that's pretty much it. I think the bunny is taking a nap because he got quiet. Yeah, he's taking a nap. So I will let him out again in a little bit and see how he does if he is able to behave himself today, and redirect his chewing into different areas. And hopefully that will help with that. So I guess that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to say a big, big thank you to everybody who messaged me or contacted me in any way and expressed your concerns. Oh, another question I have had from a lot of people is how is Bandit doing? I can't remember if I said this earlier, but Bandit is doing great. He is not attached to me the way Janie was. He's totally okay with me not being there. As long as somebody's feeding him and giving him attention, he doesn't care who it is. He's not attached to a single person. So he's okay with me being moved out. He's still at the house with Joe and Rachel. I did not want to move him out. First of all, I'm on a second floor apartment. He has arthritis. I would not do that to him. He doesn't like change. He doesn't like
He's scared of everything. It would have just been cruel of me to bring him with me. So he's still at the house and he's totally fine. And I go over about once a week and see him. So he's totally fine and happy. So don't worry about him. And that's why I was able to get a bunny now because I don't have the greyhound living here. I would never have gotten a bunny and a greyhound living in the same house. That would just be crazy. So I think that's it. If you have any questions for me or if you just want to say anything to me, feel free to contact me. I really appreciate all of the support you guys have given me. You just have no idea how much it has helped me. It really, really has helped me. And also, the prayers have been greatly, greatly supported. I pray for you guys, and I really appreciate when you pray for me. Don't forget, we do have a prayer request thread in the Sock Bunny group. And I guess that's about it for real. I'm going to close this time. Don't forget to put your prayer requests in the prayer request thread. Even if you have unspoken prayer requests, you can put them there. Don't forget to enter your fitness in the fitness threads. Don't forget you can ask Sock Bunny or John John. I do have some questions still lined up that I need to answer. But if you want to ask Sock Bunny or John John any question, feel free to ask that in that thread. And that's it. I hope you have a blessed Divine Mercy Sunday. And have a great week. Keep on crafting. Bye. From me and Dasher.